Today we're going to look at the Elgato Eve Door and Window system. This works with Apple HomeKit, you can see on the box. And this is a wireless contact sensor that you can use on doors or windows, and just basically to make sure that your doors and windows are closed. And it'll give you also notification as to whether or not they open up. So we're going to open this guy up. Be careful with sharp knives. There we go. We're going to open this up. Empty box. There we go. Well, this one's kind of fallen a little bit here. That's okay though. So we've got the HomeKit label there, so I can add it directly from here if I want to. I've got the instruction booklets here. I've got the actual unit, which also has the HomeKit number on it, so if you need to add it directly and you don't have the instructions anymore, that's okay. You've got a little half-sized AA battery here. So this little guy here. This goes in here like that. Put that together and snap it in. No, maybe I put that in the wrong way. Kind of wish these guys had better instructions to say, which way end up. That would have been nice. But there's really only two choices, right? So it's not like this is going to be a big deal for us. There we go. All snapped in. And so we've got this piece over here. You can kind of see the contacts here. Contacts there. And if we look really closely here, we'll see if I can get this to come up. You should see a little red light there. So I'm going to see if I can get this. There. So if we get the contacts to show up, this is the open close. So when that light goes there, the contact sensor breaks or opens. And you'll see that. So we've also got in here a nice little set of spacers, which is nice of Elgato to provide us. Oops, those come flying out. These all have little 3M sticky tape here, which is also good. And so with this, basically, when you can see right away, this wouldn't really match up here, right? It's not going to work very well. So we get a couple of these spacers involved, and they just kind of snap on to the back. You can see their snap-on pieces here. And then we'll mount that directly on the window. So we're going to get that mounted. And I didn't mention 3M on the back of this as well. So this is just sticky tape. These things actually work very, very well. I've been had them for a few months. I haven't had a single problem with them. I'm just continuing on a project to do the rest of the downstairs windows in my house, just making sure that I understand when these things open and close, or did I leave my windows closed when I go on a business trip, that kind of thing. It gets very cold in my part of the world, so if you leave your windows open, bad things can happen. So with that, let's go over to the application and see what it looks like actually adding this into your HomeKit setup. Now we're going to add the Elgato Eve Door and Motion sensor directly in through our Home app. So we're going to go in here and click on the Add button, Add Accessory. There we go, Eve Door. We'll put that in front of our camera, and automatically this should get connected. New accessory is there to use. I am going to call this Games Room Window 1, and I'm going to put it in the games room. And it is actually, we're going to change this to instead of being a contact sensor or blinds, garage door opener, I'm going to call it the window, and you're going to see the icon there should change to a window. There we go. I can include this in favorites if I want. I don't necessarily need to do that. So now we can go over to our games room, and we should see that that is open. So there it's open. So the other thing we're going to want to do is to make sure that we've got status notifications turned on. So if this thing opens or closes, that we'll have an idea as to whether or not it's actually working. So allow notifications. I'm going to say yes, include in status, yes. It's nice they actually expose the battery level here. So this is a battery operated contact charger, which is a nice thing. These should last a while. And then we can always go over to the Elgato Eve, but for now we're going to go into here. This is open. There we go. Games room window 1 was closed. And again, you'll see games room window 1. I like to make sure that I've got a good naming convention in place so that I don't have overlap in my names. It's always an annoying thing with HomeKit is you've got a single namespace, but if you plan it out properly, it's not such a big problem. And if I bring these things apart, there we go. Games room window 1 was opened. So awesome. We've got this up and running now. So let's go over and check out the Eve app real quick and see what's available for us over there. So you can get to there directly from the manufacturer app, which is installed. So the Elgato Eve. And see, we've got a whole bunch of accessories here. We can go into the games room and actually see here, Siri name, room, accessory info, manufacturer info, serial number, all that good stuff, accessory name. I can change this if I want to from within here. Again, the Siri name and the accessory name, it doesn't really matter. And then I can go through and create whatever scenes I want directly within the Eve app as well. The Eve app is actually pretty good for a free app. In some ways, it's actually better than the native Apple Home app. You can do other things, but we'll cover that in another review. So overall, I do really like these. They're really one of the only sensors available on the product. I'm actually looking in at getting a Fabaro, which has just released a window and door sensor, and I think it's a combination temperature sensor as well. So we'll be doing a review on that in the next weeks, months, and yeah, these are overall so far I've been quite pleased with them. They seem to work. I get notifications on them when the windows open and close. I've got these set up on a couple of doors as well, and overall I've been quite happy with these, the Elgato Eve door and window sensor.